The ferocious wolf dog darted at the woman and bit her viciously on the neck. The woman's entire body hangs. The scene is being ferocious. The scene stunned everyone in the car. In an instant, the woman was unable to move and lost her breath. There must be a reason why a dog kills someone. Jack's daughter suffers from schizophrenia and was lured by dog-fighting hoodlums to sell her body years ago and became addicted to drugs. Jack was so distraught that he wanted to avenge his daughter's death, so he bought a low wolfhound named Tom. Jack's daughter and the dog have a close bond. From the time Tom met Jack's daughter, they became inseparable friends, thus creating a deep bond between them. But the fun was short-lived. Jack's daughter was persecuted at the age of 16 and became mentally unstable. Tom, who understands human nature, embarks on a path of revenge. A man gets into his car and is about to start it when a fire breaks out in his crotch. No matter how much the man tries to put out the fire, it's useless, and the man ends up dying in the fire. The next day, when the police arrived at the scene to investigate, since the car was a registered car and the victim was burnt beyond recognition, the officers assigned the case to John and assigned a newcomer, Mary, to assist him. When they explored the charred body in the lab, they found obvious canine bite marks on the legs. The coroner also identified the cause of the fire. The remains of the belt were found to contain peroxyphenol, a flammable substance that caused the fire, and it was determined to be a homicide. But according to the autopsy report, the victim was a drug addict. The two men began to look for clues and soon noticed the suspect in a sex club. After a fight, the suspect was arrested. Under John's torture, the suspect gave us the address of the gallery, where the victim ran a training class. They followed the address to the place. After searching, they found a door behind the painting. After entering, they were shocked to find that this is a special massage parlor. On the other hand, the forensic pathologist repaired the video from the victim's cell phone, but only the back of the man was visible in the video. It seems that there is another mystery in this case. At night, a man was chatting with his daughter, but then a dog stares at him. The dog's eyes were so fierce that the man was stunned. The dog was sure that the man was his enemy, and then he rushed forward explosively, jumped on the man and pounced on him, locking him in a chokehold. Although the man struggled desperately, but ultimately failed to escape the dog's fatal blow, and soon did not breathe. However, the man also had teeth marks on his neck, and they found common ground between the two cases. They found the same animal hair at the scene of the crime, and they found a photo on the victim's cell phone that showed both victims. In order to prevent the other from being killed, they decided to combine the cases. The chief arranged for Mary and John to go to a dog training center. The professional dog trainer told them that there was a man around who loved dogs very much. He was passionate about training large dogs. Then they quickly found the man who loved dogs. According to the man, he sold a wolfie to a gangster named Jerry years ago. He recognized him as the second man from the left in the photo, and Lily next to him was Jerry's girlfriend. When they got back to the police station, other colleagues checked the information of the men and found out that they had been involved in dog fighting activities. So they decided to use Jerry as a breakthrough. That night, they waited for Jerry to show up in front of his house. Soon they found Lily leaving the house. The next day, they brought a large number of colleagues to arrest him. However, during the arrest of Jerry, the police and the suspect fought with each other. Mary, a rookie police officer, was quickly knocked to the ground by the suspect and could only watch him run away. Just then, a car approached her from the front. The driver was Jerry's girlfriend, Lily. She didn't realize she was about to die when she got out of the car. While she was watching Mary, the next moment, she was about to be killed by a dog. The wolf dog in the bushes suddenly rushed forward quickly, leapt up and pounced on the woman, biting the throat of her neck. It wasn't long before the woman lost her breath. Tom gradually let go of his mouth. Tom then stared at Mary, who was lying on the ground. He realized that she was not a bad person, so he left. The incident of the rabid dog biting people soon made the news. Recovering, Mary readjusted her thinking. Jack's profile drew her special attention. He was an accomplished dog trainer who had been in an underground dogfighting ring many years ago and had taken a wolfhound back to raise it. From the nurses, she learned that Jack's daughter, Kylie, was being treated in the hospital for schizophrenia. Mary went to the hospital and asked the nurse about Kylie's and Jack's photos, and soon found a clue from the nurse. Her partner John received the message and drove to the address in the text message. Mary found Jack's hiding place. When she entered the hidden basement, she found 5 standing scarecrows and some photos of the victims. She deduced that Jack was training the dogs here. Mary turned around and found a wolf dog staring at her. She panicked and took out her gun and aimed it at the dog. The dog didn't attack her. At that moment, a man pushed in the door. Mary quickly recognized the man in front of her as Jack from the photo. While Mary was frozen in place, Jack rushed out and locked the door behind him. Mary rushed forward to explain his identity to Jack. At the same time, his daughter's screams came from a short distance away. Jack rushed out to find out the situation. He saw a strange man in black spraying gasoline around the house and then lighting it with a lighter. The fire surrounded the whole room. Hearing Jack's daughter Kylie crying and screaming, Mary tried to kick the door open. The sound of kicking at the door alerted Tom. Tom, who was smart enough to understand the situation. Mary is about to be smoked out. Tom bites the corner of her coat and pulls her. The dog led her to escape from the secret passage. Looking at the dog that saved her life, Mary's opinion of him changed. John also arrived in time. The two of them risked their lives to save Jack and Kylie. The next day, the police rushed to the scene to investigate. They went through Jack's diary, which contained the story of Jack's daughter, Kylie. Years ago, Jack's daughter Kylie was tricked by Jerry and his gang into selling her body. And at the same time, she took a lot of drugs and became mentally unstable. Jack was heartbroken and decided to avenge his daughter's death. So he bought a wolf dog. At the same time, he trained Tom professionally, using the scarecrow as his target. From then on, the dog mastered the amazing ability to attack. John, on the other hand, has always been skeptical about the case. Tom's goal was to kill the 4 people in the photo, but why Jack prepared 5 scarecrows? They deduced that the masked arsonist might be the 5th person. They came to the hospital to question Jack. This time, Jack revealed the information of the arsonist. When the police found him, he had already committed suicide by leaning on the seat of the car. At this point, the officers asked to close the case, but Mary thinks there's something else going on. At that moment, Tom had once again committed the crime and bit his enemy Jerry to death. They had no choice but to seek Jack's help again. After listening to Jack and Kylie's story, they realized that the dog had been trained to have a memory, which meant that the remaining 5th person would also be buried in the dog's mouth. At Mary's suggestion, they decided to use Jack's daughter's dress to lure Tom to save the 5th person. Soon the officers set up the trap and demanded that Tom be killed on the spot. That night, Tom did show up. John fired a shot directly into the sky. When Tom heard the shot, he ran away. Mary followed him on her motorcycle. Tom took her to a small dark house in the middle of nowhere. Mary then found the suspect behind the scene. It turned out to be Mike, the boss of the plutocrat. They were plotting to escape across the border. Mary was forced to take the risk to escape. At that critical moment, the bodyguard next to her shot her to the ground. John arrives just in time. Mike was about to escape. Mary shot him in the left leg. Mike escaped to the outside of the house with severe pain. Mary also chased after him. At this moment, Tom suddenly rushed out and bit Mike, instantly knocking him to the ground and biting him tightly. Mike was about to die from the dog's bite. Mary wanted to shoot Tom, but she couldn't because the dog had saved her life. John made the decision to shoot Tom for the sake of the whole situation. Tom's limbs were twitching and he was in tears. He thought back to the happy times with his little master, but those happy moments are always fleeting. Dogs are the most faithful companions of human beings. But in today's thinly veiled reality, human beings use dogs as their own tools of revenge. The loyalty of a dog cannot be surpassed by human beings. This is the 2012 Korean thriller movie Howling. In order to avenge his daughter's death, a man trains his dog to become a tool of revenge. When the dog sees the right moment, he bites his enemies to death. All the people in the photo were killed. To protect the 5th suspect, the police set up an ambush and chased him. But in the end, they mercilessly shot him. Dogs are the most loyal friends of humans, but they are trained by their owners to be tools of revenge. This tragic ending is unacceptable. This story tells us to treat our dogs well. They are both our friends and our family. I am BullDog Movie. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.